Happy Thursday.
Young blood made of gold, a mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down, my head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now, do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime, no we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No we don't care about the bad nights, before a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime, no we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No we don't care about the bad nights, before a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this. I'm on my last straw, I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeding your lies, I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me, 'cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side. I'm gone, so don't run from the truth. You're lost, now I know you played me just like a fluke. I still can't believe you had me on a leash, cutting all my teeth with all the lies you bring. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown, but we both know how to swim. No worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow.
Gotta get ready to put your clothes on. If that's not something to roll in.
Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind. And I won't let you go. I need you by my side. Big rain, come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got pearls and a laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the light and share the vibe. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Helen's here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Spreading truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Helen's here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the like and share the light. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
The pearls were bound together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go. Justin's here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family, we hold strong, together we can right the wrong. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars, searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea, we are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars, searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea, we are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars, searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea, we are one in this community. In the night or in the day, girls will light and lead the way. Justin's heart and your support, together we will hold the fort. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
Last one.
Click play and come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride.
Well, hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Hope you are well out there, my beautiful pearls. Good to see you all. Really do appreciate your time. Could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options. Anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world. And you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is February 6th, 2025. It is currently 5:23 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Good to see you all. Thank you so very much. Did I get a tan? No, I spray tan. I was um, a couple days ago. I did some tanning. Have like the professional spray, the professional spray guns that you do, and I was doing a couple tans for uh, some girls for a wedding, and so I did that, and I had a little extra, and I sprayed me down good. I sprayed me down. Good to see you all. Really do appreciate you. Hope you all are well. You do too, Trishy. Yeah, yeah. All right. Good to see you all. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you. Oh, Holly, that's very kind of you. Thank you, Miss Holly. Really do appreciate you gifting 5 pearl necklaces. Very kind of you, my dear. Hope you are well, Miss Holly. Hope you are well. Thank you so much. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you give our beautiful Holly a big, big thank you. Very generous of you. Hope your hubby is well, Miss Holly. Hey, CT, good to see you. And we got Hey Jude, Eileen, Trishy, Kelsey, Medic, Alcoholic, MJ, ICU, Marlena, Whispering Winds, Dark Side Crime, Lori, Hey Jude, Mary, Rach, Michelle, Summer's Army, CT, Trishy, Pamela, Yvonne, Shannon, Lacey. Thank you so very much for 9 months. Really do appreciate it. Happy to be here on early lot. Yes, it's a little early for me. It is a little early for me. Thank you so much, Hey Jude, for the Linda Snap. Really do appreciate you. We got Luna. We got Lady Freedom in here too. Hi, Lady Freedom. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Y'all drop Lady Freedom's link if you don't mind, guys. Make sure you sub up to Lady Freedom. Mama Dukes, Maggie. Who else do we got? Callie Boy, Ida, YouTuber, Shannon, Tam, Rebecca, Hoot, Crochet and Crime, Bo, Too Tired. Uh, I think I said Trishy. Lady for Justice, Grammy of 8, Sandra, Valerie, Matthew, Lori, Cassie, Teresa, Machete, Luna, Rach, Just Rach, SL, Karen, Jerry Lynn, Michelle. Too Tired, hello. Terry, Kathy, Irony Rose, Brown Eyed Virgo, Summer's Army, Angel of Light, Maria, Zipper, Judy, KB, Spooky Wife, Amy, Star, Mona, Kim, Sonia, JD pushing up daisies. All I need is Jesus, coffee, and true crime. Fly Girl, Michelle, Julie, Mini Panthers, Gina, hello. Angel Wings, Marley, Jerry Lynn, Cajun, Paper 04, man. There's Lady Freedom, hello. The Path, Joanne, Sarah S., Amy, Chris, Fine Summer, Yummy Joe, MTB or MTV. There's our beautiful Vic. Hello, Vic. Good to see you. Carrie, hello. Mom of an Angel. Hi. Queen CC. Marla. Sorry about that. Oh, we got, who else do we got? Shelly Ann. Crystal Lee. Hoot. Who Done It? The Path. Lacey. Monica. Renee. Yes, Remy is napping. She is napping. Misinformation. Lorraine. Daphne, hello. Good to see you all. Really do appreciate you. Hey, Michelle, Miss T, in Jazz, Crafty Girl, The Path. I always feel like I've got to say everyone once I start saying it. I feel bad if I leave people out. Fusions, good to see you. Kat, good to see you. Sky Maiden, in Jazz, Remy Stuff, Queen CC, Paper Sonia. Hey, Sonia, good to see you as well. Good to see you all. Really do appreciate you for being here. Hey, Whispering Promise. Hi, darling. How's it going, Fly? Good to see you. Thank you, my squad, for all you do, and my beautiful peeps in chat. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate your sped. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are well. Hey, Angel. Thank you, love. Thank you for being beautiful. You, God is watching. You are always blessed with an army beside you. Love you, and Remy. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. It has been a crazy few days, to say the least. I've already addressed it. I might address some stuff later, but I stand where I stand. I don't lie, and those that know me know that, and that's all. That's really all. Jane, thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Good to see you. Thank you for 9 months, my dear. Thank you so much. Hey, Julie Skolnick, good to see you, love. Hope you are well. Smiley, hello, darling. Good to see you. Marlon and Sam, hello. So, yes, we thank you, Callie. Thank you, Carol. Good to see you. Dirty Diana, good to see you, Rebecca. Hopefully, we'll be able to put out more images in the next few days. We're working on something. Can't promise anything, but we're working on something. If it pans out, great. Maybe you'll be able to see them clear. Hopefully, that would be great. Thank you, Lady Dragon. Good to see you, my dear. Let's find our babies. Yes. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Justin, I hope you told that I won't say his. Oh, Flag Girl, listen, I literally don't watch. I don't watch. Um I don't watch any of that stuff. I actually did watch something for about 5 or 10 minutes yesterday. And I'll be addressing it. Maybe in this live, I don't know. We'll see. But we've got actually important things to talk about. There's missing children, there's missing persons out there. Um, yeah, uh, you're right. Daphne, there's very few that I actually watch in true crime now, and Mob is one of them. Of course, Jennifer Coffindaffer, Josh from the lab, um, Brittany. I watch, of course, Chris McDonough from the interview room. Of course, Betty. Um, people who talk about true crime. That's what I watch. Um, so there we have covered a case before, and it is a case very mom made a mistake and addressed it. He's human and a great creator. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. I've made mistakes in the past. When I did make a mistake, I own it. I don't go on the defensive like um a lot of these people and can't say, if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. Own it. You're a human being. Uh, so that's, butterflies. Thank you so very much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Hey, Heidi. Good to see you. But I am really hoping, say a prayer. Say a prayer. Yeah. Yep. Yep. It's just a mistake. And actually, like he said in his live, it still looks like there's a bedroom light on, right? There's lights on in that house if it is the 26th at 3 something in the morning, right? So, there's that. There's that as well. Um, we've known that there's been images, that have been put out for literally the last 11 months. Literally the last 11 months of, faceless, nameless individuals, and, that's all it is. That's all it is. Thank you, Mini Panthers, good to see you. Hey, Julie, good to see you, honey, hope you are well. Lady for Justice, hello. But anyway, there is hey, Nina, good to see you. There is a case that we have spoken about before. Her name is Stefanie Damron, and to me, it's kind of like it's very similar. It's kind of like Sebastian's case, and it's kind of like Summer's case. It's almost kind of like a hybrid of the two. And little Stephanie, she has went missing under very mysterious circumstances, and it doesn't add up. It really doesn't. And someone, in my opinion, has to know more. And we're going to talk about it a little bit. And we're going to cover Sebastian's case today as well. So buckle up. It might be a little bit of a long live. Hope you're ready. So let's see here. Did I thank you, Lorraine or Jane? Did I thank you? Thank you so much for 9 months, my dear. Really do appreciate you, Jane. Hope you are well. Thank you so very much. Good to see you, my friend. Really do appreciate your support, Miss Jane. And thank you, Lorraine. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Lady Dragon, member for 1 month. Let's find our babies. Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your first month. Good to see you. Butterfly kisses. Thank you, my beautiful friend, for 11 months. Love your beautiful heart. Thank you, my sweet, beautiful butterfly. Thank you so much, my friend. Good to see you. Oh, there's Mags. Hey, Mags. Good to see you, honey. Rest in your valued happy. Others always first. Thank you, my dear. Good to see you, Mag. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate you, my love. And we got Fly Girl. You're smart. Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you, my dear. Unmuted? Can you hear me? Trouble. Am I muted? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay. What's the last thing you heard me say? um, where are we at? Okay. Thank you, Laura. Thank you so very much, my dear. Appreciate you. Good to see you, my dear. And thank you, Jessica, for 11 months, my love. Really do appreciate you. You don't stream for one day and you're out of touch. Thank you, Vintage. Really do appreciate you, my love. Good to see you. Can you hear me? Thank you, Vintage. Good to see you, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Hope you are well, my dear friend. Oh, thank you, Vintage, and thank you, Stacy. Really do appreciate you. I missed you yesterday. Yes, and you cannot be absent anymore. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. I really try. I try to stream every day. I do try to stream every day, but yesterday I was just tired. Really, I was climbing under my covers. Sometimes you need to climb under your covers, don't you? Hey, Mom, it up. Good to see you, darling. I turned YouTube off last night. I don't know what happened, and I still don't know, and I'm glad I don't know. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes that's the best thing to do. Uh, yeah, Julie, you're funny. All right. So, let me just tell you a little bit about because I really believe uh, we can learn a lot from how, you know, other cases, right? We can learn uh, how the police work in other cases. The saying goes, there's nothing new under the sun, which means, everything that's happened before will happen again. And that is so true. There is nothing new under the sun. And I think we can really learn from case to case and help us on cases that we're covering now or in the future or even in the past. Look back and say, oh, well, that may be why authorities did what they did. Thank you, Renee. Good to see you, my dear. Welcome to the family. Now, welcome, Renee. Thank you, Renee. Good to see you, my friend. Hey, Judy, Rach, Cecilia, Millie. Good to see you, my dear. Barb, hello. All right, so let me just give you a little rundown on who we are going to be talking about. I'm sure some of you guys remember we spoke about Stefanie Damron, who has been missing for quite some time. Been missing for quite some time. And a very mysterious circumstances. This is a case where the FBI has assisted with the case as well. Now, again, there are rumors swirling in this case, about this person might have did it, this person might have did it. We have no idea. There is a $15,000 reward. Exactly, JD. There is a reward in this case as well. Now, I just saw someone in chat, forgive me, I don't know who it was, but someone just said, did they live off grid? Little girl from Maine. Yes. The family did live off grid. Veronica, thank you, my love. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you, Veronica. Love you, baby. Thank you so much. Be Great 88, you look marvelous, my darling. Thank you so much, Be Great. Really do appreciate you, my friend. And so let me just give you a little bit of a rundown on Stefanie Damron. As of today, February 6th, 2025, now 14-year-old Stefanie Damron from New Sweden, Maine, remains missing. She was last seen September 23rd, 2024. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. You're going to hear a lot of things. Again, very similar in Sebastian's case, very similar in Summer's case, right? I mean, a lot of these cases, there's a lot of, you can kind of see similarities, right? So she's been missing since September 23rd, 2024, leaving her home allegedly and walking into nearby woods following an argument allegedly with her sister. They were allegedly the only two home. Despite extensive search efforts by the Maine State Police and the FBI, including land searches and interviews across the United States and Canada, there have been no credible sightings or leads regarding her whereabouts. Stefanie is described as a 5 foot tall, weighing about 130 pounds, with shoulder length brown hair and green eyes. At the time of her disappearance, she was wearing blue jeans and long sleeve blue shirt and black Harley Davidson hiking boots. In December 2024, the FBI announced up to a $15,000 reward, leading to Stefanie's safe return, or the arrest and prosecution of anyone involved in her disappearance. Again, does it sound familiar? Same girl in the photo. Yes, same girl in the photo. Now, they did a press conference. I can show you guys that press conference. And the reporter asked, well, this was earlier on. The reporter said, well, FBI doesn't usually get in, these missing cases unless there is a crime element involved, right? So did she just walk off? She could have, and she could have just gotten hurt. But there's been a lot of kind of inconsistencies. And, every family lives different, right? Every family person lives differently. What might be normal to one family, living off the grid like Stefanie's family did, would not be normal to probably most of us here, right? Wondering how the siblings was at the time. Older, from what I understand. She was older. we're going to get a little more into it. So here we go. I think the nearest neighbor was actually a relative, perhaps an uncle to the girl. Correct. Credit goes to Nancy Grace. We love Nancy. There we go. All right. Nancy Grace. I'm so glad she ended up doing this. Here we go.
Is tonight a teen girl, Stefanie, just 13, is lost in the woods, say her parents. Good evening. I'm Nancy.
Now you see how she did that, right? Lost in the woods.
Grace, this is Crime Story.
Kind of like Sebastian walked out the door, right?
I want to thank you for being with us.
A teen girl disappears from her New Sweden, Maine home, last seen by her grandfather walking into the woods.
I mean,
Home, last.
If you see this photo, like when I see this yard and I see that red car, I automatically think of the Wells. Automatically. Right? You know what I'm saying? You get that vibe.
Last seen by her grandfather walking into the woods.
You know, she may not have wanted to live like this.
Where is Stefanie? Who saw her go into the woods? We're getting a lot of conflicting reports about the last time Stefanie was seen, just 13 years old. And I've got a problem with that, and I'll tell you why. It was over 20 years ago that I last saw my fiance before he was murdered. I know what time it was. I know what he was wearing. I know what he said. I can identify his vehicle, his shirt, everything. I don't have a problem with that. It's crystal clear in my mind. So
Crystal
why
clear.
is there confusion about what happened to 13-year-old Stefanie? Joining me in All-Star panel, but first, listen to this.
Maine State Police and the FBI are asking the public for help locating a teen from New Sweden, Maine, who walked into the woods and hasn't been seen again. Stefanie Damron has turned 14 since her disappearance 4 months ago. Stefanie is 5 feet tall, 130 pounds, with green eyes and brown hair. She was last seen wearing a long-sleeve blue shirt and black Harley-Davidson hiking boots.
There is a $15,000 reward, and it's climbing. And now we understand the FBI has been called in on the search for Stefanie.
Now, here's other photos of her. And again, there isn't a reward. They live in upstate Maine. They're not homeless. They live in a shack, more or less. And they have a generator. They don't have any sort of, facilities of, like, I don't know if they have even running water, to be quite honest with you. I showed, like, the road and they live a long way out that road as well. It's a little twisted.
Stefanie.
But you see the FBI tent shed, bathroom facilities, no water. Yeah. I mean, I understand people living off the grid, but this to me seems like squalor, respectfully. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like it's the fun living off the grid. It feels like torture living off the grid. Yes. Can you imagine living off the grid in Maine in the winter? Oh, hell no. No. I have got to be within a 3-mile radius of an Ulta, a Sephora, something. No. Mm-mm.
The description of her
No bueno.
is shoulder length, light brown hair, and I've seen repeatedly striking green eyes. Now, we just saw her dad speaking, and that's from our friends at Patrol Live. I want to see the dad one more time, please. Let's watch Dad Christopher Dale.
It was not her phone. It was her grandfather's phone. We had bought an old simple.
Okay, this is Daddy. This is Daddy. Listen to what he sounds like, what he how he speaks about this, and again, a phone comes up. A phone comes up, right? Yeah, Roller Girl, but I mean, you know, poverty is a thing that, you know, it sucks, right? It sucks. But I don't think this is necessarily, I don't know. I'm just not going to try to judge right now.
Phone. We didn't even know it could connect to the internet. Come to find out, this cheap $20 flip phone was how she ended up connecting to the internet.
Again, joining me an all-star panel, including a volunteer searcher who has been out searching for Stefanie. I'm trying to figure something out. To Tom Green joining us, former Chief Deputy, Washoe County Sheriff's Office, former homicide detective, cold case squad burglary, owner of Nevada Investigative Services. Tom, what can you tell me about this family living as homesteaders, as you say?
Yeah, so this is a different lifestyle. These are folks that want to sustain on their own. They don't want to be meddled with. They don't want to be fiddled with. They don't want law enforcement. Please.
Okay, speak English to me. What do you mean sustain? I sustain myself every day when I work and put dinner on the table, but I've got an idea you mean something entirely different.
I do. So we're talking about no power. Any power, any electricity they have is going to be generators. As you heard, a flip phone, one flip phone.
Whoa, no power? Why don't they have any power?
Well, they're using generators to run things when they need power, but this is off the grid.
Why do you want a generator that can go down? I've got a generator and I go test the thing every week. But wait a minute. If you're not going to have power, that's a lifestyle choice, I guess. But if you're going to use a generator and you do have power, what's the point of not having power? Do they not want any connection to the power company?
It could be, and it could be it could be cost prohibitive. They live like a half a mile from a road in a forested area of a town of 575 people. And this is remote as it gets.
But I guarantee you the next door neighbors have electricity. What do you mean it's cost prohibitive? You know how much a generator costs? If you can afford a generator, you can afford a monthly power bill.
Right. And, according to...
Allegedly, parents were not there. I believe they were actually at a job interview. This is in Maine. Carmelita, Maine. The very tip of Maine. We're talking almost Canada. Hey, Retha, good to see you, honey. I don't know if they were working at the time. Are their next door neighbors? No.
To them, that's what they were doing when their daughter went missing.
What did you say about sustaining themselves? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get an understanding of how this little girl was living.
Yeah, well, like I said before, it's you've got 4 of their 6 children living at home in a home-fashioned yurt with no power, no plumbing, no running water.
Up. Whoa, wait a minute. A yurt. That's a fancy name for a tent.
Basically, yes.
Nancy, a yurt. Whoa. A yurt. I didn't even know what a yurt is. I've never even heard of a yurt. Aren't they running from a CPS case in another state? I've heard.
Where are
that.
the other two children? Do we know where they are?
My understanding is that they're adults and have left the home and on their own.
Gee, I wonder why they'd want to get out of there. Tom, I don't want to get too far afield from the fact that Stefanie's missing. And there are conflicting stories about when she was seen last. But I want...
Homeschooled. Watch a TV show called Building Off Grid. Yeah, Kathy B, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with living off the grid, having some cows, you know, and goats and some chickens and some solar and all of that. But this was really scraping by. Like, it was really scraping by.
Christy Rand is joining me, special guest, in addition to Tom Green, Dr. Angie Arnold, and Alexis Tereszchuk. Christy is a volunteer searcher who does not really know the family, but took it upon herself to go out and try to find this little girl. Christy, first of all, what led you to join the search for Stefanie?
I have a distant family connection to another missing person here in the state. So I've done advocacy work for that relative for about 6 or 7 years. And she had a similar circumstance of being presumed to have walked away. And in her case, hundreds of volunteers searched her area for almost a month. And the stark difference in the response for Stefanie was really what called me to her case.
What was the difference, Christy?
Stefanie had no on-the-boots ground volunteer searches for the first at least 24 hours since the delay in reporting. And beyond that, a scale of even a third or a fourth of the size of what should have happened didn't happen for over a month. So there was a lack of real serious response that would lead you to think that she could be lost in the woods or had fallen and been injured, just based on the lack of volunteers and searching that was happening on the ground.
Okay, Christy, I've got a cramp in my hand trying to write down everything that you just said. That was a lot of information. First of all, delay in reporting. My ears pricked up when I heard that. What delay in reporting?
Yes, so we've been told it's about a 24-hour delay, and we like to consider that it was actually longer, closer to probably 27 or 28 hours. The parents claim that they received the call that Stefanie had walked off in the early afternoon, let's say afternoon time, and the call to report her missing didn't come in until around 4 p.m. the following day.
We know a little bit about circumstances surrounding.
What do you think about that? 27 hours. About 27 hours. I mean, to live in the middle of nowhere, that's a long time not to call the police, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Hey, Joanne, Jules, Money Smoke, Christine.
Her disappearance, yet even the facts we have gleaned have become murky, but this is what we originally learned. Listen.
Stefanie Damron, 13, is one of 6 siblings homeschooled by their parents, Lisa and Christopher Damron. The family of 8, along with the children's grandfather, live in a rural wooded area, preferring an off-grid lifestyle. The children are all very familiar with the woods surrounding their home, with Stefanie spending...
So This is their last known location, right? You can, I don't got their address. I don't think, I still have it somewhere, but it's like this really muddy, driveway, and it goes up, and there are, like, here's a neighbor, but there's not a lot of anything. Oh, junipers, I don't either. I think the tiny houses are cool.
Hours
actually.
outside for time to herself.
While their parents are away, Stefanie gets in an argument with her sister over their chores and storms out of the open front door. Grandpa tries to stop Stefanie, but after noticing tears in her eyes, he lets the 13-year-old go, assuming she'll return after cooling off.
Okay, I'm trying to make sense of
Hold on, what did that say?
Front door, Grandpa
Stefanie spending hours outside for time to herself.
While their parents are away, Stefanie gets in an argument with her sister over their chores and storms out of the open front door. Grandpa tries to stop Stefanie, but after noticing tears in her eyes, he lets the 13-year-old go, assuming she'll return after cooling off.
Okay. I don't remember I remember Grandpa saying that, them saying in the chats and stuff when I was researching it, that they thought Grandpa was there, but when I was studying this last, it was just the sister and her home. They got in a fight and she just ran out the back door. Huh. So that's a little different. Yeah, Trishy, and after noticing tears in her eyes, he let her go? As far as I know, Sally.
Okay, I'm trying to make sense of what I am hearing right now. I've since heard Grandpa did not see her walking off into the woods. I've also heard that what was seen is Stefanie walking into the backyard. Okay. Alexis Tereszchuk joining me, crimeonline.com investigative reporter. Alexis, which of these versions is true? Could they both be true? You remember I told you about my former judge, one of the many judges I practiced in front of, but this one particular judge, Judge Luther Alverson, the oldest working judge in the courthouse, and I might like to add the best. He would tell juries, it is your duty to make all witnesses speak the truth, impugning perjury on no one. In other words, two people can have different stories, but they're both telling the truth, right? Based on their vantage point, what they recall, what they heard. It can be true that two witnesses' statements can both be true, but yet they are diametrically opposed to each other. So help me understand what happened when Stefanie went into the woods and is never seen again.
So she got in a fight with her sister. It was over the chores they have in their property. Also,
Christine, thank you so very much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. How you doing? Thank you, Justin, for everything you do. Catching you in fade out. So great. Thank you, my dear. Really, really do appreciate you, my beautiful Christine. Your German Shepherd is beautiful, by the way. Thank you so much for your support. You are putting a child in danger to not report them missing right away. Well, this is the thing. Like, let's say, Grandpa was there and they got in a fight. And knowing where they lived, I haven't either, Angel. This is new to me. I've heard it was whispered that Grandpa was around, but it was never stated that until now. But let's say they ran away because they got in a fight over chores, and she went out the back, and the parents came home and it starts getting dark. And then after it's dark, you wait like literally 27 hours when you're literally in a forest almost in Canada? How long do you wait to determine a child is missing? Well, if I don't know where the hell you are, immediately you're missing, in my opinion. Why does it keep doing this? So, 1 second. This thing is wanting to mess with me here. Okay. Oh my God. Gemini lady, thank you so much for 9 months, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Good to see you, my love. Thank you so much for your continued support, Gemini lady. Really do appreciate you. And thank you so much, Canadian. An OG for sure. Love you, Canadian. Thank you so much for your support. Love you too, honey. Thank you so much for being a mod, a member, and being here for 14 months. That's amazing. Thank you, love. Appreciate you. Gemini lady coming in clutch. How you doing? Thank you, Gemini lady, for gifting a pearl necklace. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you. Hope you are well. If you receive that, make sure you give our Gemini lady a big, big thank you. Hi, Art Taylor. Good to see you. All right, here we go.
Or homeschooled, so she could having to be doing her homework. It was school time. It was the fall. And anything about that, taking care of the other children, laundry, dishes, anything. So she gets in a fight with her sister. She leaves. The sister says she sees her walk in the woods. Grandpa says he looked at her. She was crying. He wasn't going to stop her. Now, he could have just not turned around and watched her walk away. She has apparently done this a lot in the past. She gets upset. She's a teenager. She gets upset. She walks around the property. She kicks some rocks. She cools off and she comes home. So they weren't initially worried, is perhaps why they didn't call the police originally. And
After
then
27 hours?
Well, they weren't originally worried in the beginning. This is something she has done before. They've said that she has often sort of left and walked on her own. Again, they own a huge property. She could have just wanted to be
Yeah,
outside.
but not 27 hours.
Is it a huge property? Christy Rand, you have searched the property before you members of the volunteers were blocked by the family, according to reports, from coming back on the property to search. How big is that property, Christy?
It's a good chunk of acres, and it backs up to another set of wooded land that could take you eventually out to a street, but it's going to be really dense.
Start. Don't apologize. If any questions, we'll try. If we don't know, we'll try to find the answers. So thank you for that. Shannon, thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. OG for sure, our dear Shannon. Thank you so much, Shannon, for 12 months of being a pearl here. And thank you for being a mod as well, my friend. They may have been scared they would take their children. I think they have had CPS issues before. Enjoy life. Hello, Ori. Good to see you. Cecilia. Hello. Mohawk. Hi, Coco. But I don't know. But like after, I just don't know. Like if your kid's gone, wouldn't you rather make sure they're okay than worrying
And
about
difficult
that?
to walk through. But just as said before, the driveway itself is over a quarter mile. So it is
Driveway over a quarter mile. Right. It's very
And
muddy.
Quarter mile, that's a
with
5-minute
very-
walk max. That's a 5-minute walk. That's not that much.
That's it,
I mean,
yeah.
you have to be walking slow.
Right. This is the beginning of the driveway, right? Quarter mile. You know,
Like,
yeah, I mean,
and
is it a long driveway? Yeah, but it's not. I mean, there's longer driveways. There's longer driveways.
I should say too,
mile.
it's not even necessarily a driveway. So like this time of year, there is no access by vehicle. It would be walking
Inside,
only.
honey.
It's not paved. There's no plow truck coming through in the winter like we have right now. It's snow covered.
Okay, let me understand something. Can I see the aerial shot again, please, control room? Christy Rand, I am looking at a 365-degree view. There's nothing but trees. I see exactly what you mean.
And it should be said, the neighbor directly across the street from them, that home is also empty. So walking to the end of the street, someone there, if she was walking to the road, they wouldn't have seen anything.
But the reality is,
Hold on a minute. It's big news. I'm so glad they finally found her. They found her? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean, Nikita. Transitioned. Hold on. Oh, found her case? Hey, Zoo. Good to see you, babe. Okay. Okay.
isn't it true, Alexis Tereszchuk,
just
that
reading on
canines
her.
were ultimately
Yeah.
brought out?
They didn't find her. No.
They were, and they didn't find anything that led them to her at all. They didn't say, oh, it went right up to the street edge, we lost it here, meaning that maybe she got into a car with the person that she had contacted on this cell phone. They couldn't really find anything of her.
You know, I find a lot of this to be inconsistent, but what I do know is a 13-year-old girl is missing. Listen to this.
Stefanie still hasn't returned an hour and a half later. Stefanie is very familiar
Oh,
with the
no.
woods near their home, and they check all her usual spots, but find no trace of the 13-year-old. The family doesn't think Stefanie would have headed to the main road, but as they walk the half-mile trail leading to the street, Grandpa and some of her siblings remember hearing some kind of vehicle pass by just a few minutes after Stefanie left.
Christy Rand.
All right. They said, Grandpa hears this vehicle and other kids. You're fine, Nikita. You're fine. Just for those of you that's watching again, Stefanie has not been found. There was someone in chat got it mixed up with another case. It happens, trust me.
And
no big deal.
I thought that the parents went in town to fill out applications for jobs. That while they were gone, Stefanie argues with the sister about chores, and she tears up and walks out of the home into the woods. Now we've heard she just went into the backyard and then suddenly disappears. Now I'm hearing that they heard a car go by a quarter of a mile away on the road. They heard a car go by. I'm also hearing the father say.
Now, I will say, now I'm from, Appalachia. So I grew up in the sticks, and I mean the freaking sticks. It took 3 bus transfers to get to school. I drove 3 buses to get to school. 3 bus transfers. And it was an hour and a half. 3 bus transfers. I don't think it's allowed anymore. But probably about 4 or 5 miles from my house, there was an interstate. And some mornings, you could hear the interstate. You could hear, I don't know how it came through the damn hills or whatever, but you could hear it. So sometimes you can hear sound further than you think. I agree. I think the father's interview was kind of weird, to be honest with you, but we'll see.
We got the phone call. She took up off the road. When we got home, we thought she'd be back, and that would be the end of it. When he says She took off up the road.
Oh, I didn't walk up a hill both ways or walk a mile or 5 in the snow, but I did walk a half of a mile to get to my bus. That I did.
He mean the public
Almost half a
road
mile.
or up the driveway? What does this mean?
It's definitely concerning that at first the answer is we aren't sure if she would have gone to the road at all. And then we've heard a car near the road, and now it's that she took off toward the road. So that in itself can be confusing. And hearing a car on the road doesn't really, I mean, do we not expect to hear cars on the road? It was the middle of the afternoon. For all we know, that could have been a neighbor coming home, a mailman out front. I don't think there's anything significant to be heard from any of that other than discrepancies.
Lots of discrepancies.
Right now, a big thank you to Aries to got to right. That's
Where
Marky facts, but I absolutely know this that police were not called the entire evening. She was not reported missing until first thing the following morning.
Yep.
Now, I don't understand that. To Christy Rand, have you ever gotten an explanation why the parents went overnight without reporting their 13-year-old girl was gone? Do I have that timeline correct? She was not reported missing till the next morning?
The earliest confirmation that we've gotten for the reason
Probably
that
just gonna do a
happened
really
is
long
that they
live.
were under the assumption that you needed to wait 24 hours to report missing. And so they were supposedly waiting for that 24-hour mark. And unfortunately, they
Now, they could have thought that. That is true. There are some people believe that you have to wait 24 hours, but I don't care. That still would not stop me, even if I thought that. Personally, even if I thought that, I would still be like calling this in. What do y'all think about that? Do you think, that's what they thought, or you think they're using that as an excuse? Um,
weren't
what's your
waiting by
opinion?
the clock and missed the 24-hour mark before making the phone call. And as far as the quote saying that they were in the woods screaming and looking for her, that leading up to that 24-hour mark, there are no neighbors that ever received a knock from them. If they were out looking for those 24 hours, it was not to a neighbor.
Chrissy, how close is the home to, say, for instance, a convenience store?
Miles.
10 miles, 20 miles, 1 mile?
I'm not comfortable saying for sure, but I would say about 10 miles. It would be a lengthy walk for a teenage girl to be going to the local gas station on foot.
Betty, hey girl. We are comparing this case with Sebastian Rogers' case. This is a 13-year-old girl, now 14, who went missing in September of 2024. They live in Maine, in the middle of absolutely nowhere. They live off the grid, live in a glorified tent, and children were homeschooled, all of that. The parents are allegedly at a job interview, and the girl, Stefanie, and her sister said they got in an argument about doing chores, and Stefanie allegedly took off out the back door. Parents came home and they reported her missing 27 hours later. FBI is involved in this case in the last little bit. There's a $15,000 reward. If you go to the press conference, Betty, one of the reporters says, well, FBI doesn't get involved unless this is criminal. So
Her
Very
closest
interesting.
You're right.
neighbors would have been safer locations for her to go, where they have figurative Uncle Andrew who lives nearby. There are other people on their street that she would.
It's literally like a hybrid case of Summer Wells and Sebastian.
Have been more likely to walk to before attempting to reach town.
Okay, let me understand something. Tom Green and
Yes,
I
they
both
do.
say the family lived in a yurt, which is a glorified tent. You say, no, it's not a yurt. Then what is it?
So I'm also from Maine, where we have homesteads here. There's a lot of people who choose to live kind of an alternative homesteading lifestyle. And to me, a yurt would be a solid structure built to withstand the elements of Maine's weather. You could potentially have wood stove in there, and it would come in a way that it's built to last and provide protection from the elements and anything else you'd need to sustain yourself long term over winters. There are people who rent them for Airbnbs and anything and beyond up here. What they have, I call a DIY version of that, where they have a handmade center structure that they've extended with tent-like structures off of the perimeter to create a DIY version of a tent.
So they're living in a tent-like structure. Does each child have their own space, or they?
Listen to what she says at this of what kind of room they had. Shannon, thank you so much. I can't remember if I thanked you or not, but thank you again. If not, OG, thank you so much, my love. Appreciate you. Holly S, there's my cute little pom pom. Hugs to my fellow pug lover. Thank you, sweet Holly. How's the puggy doing? Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. Yurt. I would get my yurt out of there, is what I would be getting my yurt. Yurt. My car would be going. Yurt. That's what it'd be doing. Okay.
They all in one room?
They have small, separate room-like living quarters. They wouldn't be what we consider rooms with our own windows and doors, but they would be separated from each other for a little bit of privacy. There's no indoor bathroom or anything like that. So it isn't it's not the structure that we would all want to see our kids raised in, but for people who are choosing an alternative lifestyle, it could be seen as fit.
When you refer to them as homesteaders, what is your interpretation of the word homesteader?
Possibly being off the grid like they are, using a generator when they absolutely need power, not using everyday amenities like the running water, but still having access to potable water to use for washing dishes or cleaning yourself up.
Mods, could y'all please drop the link to the iPhone membership?
Potentially
please?
using animals and other techniques to, have
She's
your own garden,
searched.
grow your own vegetables, process your
She's local. She searched.
own chicken, survive off the land, and need as much outside subsistence as possible.
Okay, Dr. Angela Arnold joining me, renowned psychiatrist, joining us out of the Atlanta jurisdiction, voted my Buckhead's best psychiatric practice of 22, 23, and 24. Dr. Angie, I'm not judging. I don't care. I have lived in a tent over the summer when I was a camp counselor in the National Forest. I have been in a yurt. I certainly don't live that way now.
I agree. I
with
think she cares a
children and
lot.
my mother living with us. But that said, I don't care how these people live. What I do care about is the fact that, quote, off the grid and homeschooling, that gives a lot less eyes on the child. I can't even figure out when she was last seen, for Pete's sake.
Well, and my big question is why? Nancy, why are they living like this? Like it makes us wonder if they're running away from something. And this little girl at 13 or 14 years old sounds like she may be getting tired of this way of living. Oftentimes when people run away, they can either be running away from something that's going on in the home environment, or they can also actually be running towards something that they're looking for. Okay, so remember that they could be running away or towards something else. So we're all questioning this way of life. What about the other 4 children? Are they questioning this way of life? I mean, you become
Dr. Angie, I'm
They moved across the country, didn't they? I think they moved a lot.
not questioning their way of life. This is America. It's not communist China where they know everything you're thinking and doing.
But is the little girl questioning their way of life? And is she running away from something that's going on in the home? Or is she running towards something, another way of life that she would prefer to live? That's my question in all of this, because I don't believe we have enough information past that. The girl is gone. Was she running away from something, or was she running toward?
There is 6 children total. There's a lot of them that are older that have moved out.
Something. Okay, Nancy? And all we know is that that little girl is gone.
Utilizing from our friends, including
justice.
Despite extensive investigative efforts, including a neighborhood canvass and video search, along with an expansive grid search, utilizing canines from Maine Warden Service and Maine State Police, Stefanie is still missing.
That from our friends at News Center, Maine. We just heard Dr. Angela Arnold state that this little girl, just 13 years old, described as having shoulder-length light brown hair and strikingly green eyes, was either running away from something or running to something. Let's explore the theory she's running away from something. Isn't it true, Alexis Tereszchuk, that there was a quote, CPS fiasco back in Texas? And I'm getting that from what purports to be one of the parents' Facebook. I
don't think she had much online stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know if they had much.
Quote, CPS Child Protective Services fiasco back in Texas. And they fled Texas and moved to Maine. Explain what happened.
So the police were called because the parents were inside a McDonald's and they appeared drunk. So the police came up, they found them, they arrested them for being drunk in public. Then they realized 2 of their children were in the car outside. So the parents weren't even taking care of the children that were in the car. And that's what they were charged with, child abandonment. I believe they definitely got much lesser charges and they didn't serve any time in jail, but it was definitely CPS was involved after the police found them having left their children in the car while they were drunk inside McDonald's.
The tip line, everyone, is 1-800-924-2261 or the FBI 1-800-CALL-FBI. That's 1-800-225-5324. There is a reward with information leading to the whereabouts of this little 13-year-old girl. Now, you mentioned earlier, Christy Rand, that some people were searching the property under the theory she may have, quote, fallen. What?
I think it was important for everyone that was volunteering to search the general area that since we did not find Stefanie in the first 24 hours or in that first week, there was some possibility, since there were also no sightings, no credible reports of her being seen in town or in their closest city or anywhere else in the state. It was important to make sure that if she had taken her adventure in the woods to go cool off, that she had not fallen, tripped, gotten injured, or anything of the sort, and just was unable to reach help.
You stated that neighbors did not hear anyone calling out her name or screaming or going door to door looking for her?
No, so no neighbors heard anything that 24-hour period delay of reporting her missing, that they were out screaming in the woods looking for her. Neighbors heard nothing. They also never received a knock on their door from dad or mom. The neighbors actually...
September 23rd, 2024, grandfather sees Stefanie walk into the woods. That is new to me. I don't remember hearing that in the beginning. Don't remember hearing that. It was the sister said she walked out. Family hears a car. Reported missing the next day. Homeschooled. Also, you can add to that that they've had some past circumstances with the kids, right? And substance. Thank you so much, Summer's Army. My love. Thank you so much for renewing your membership. My love. Appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for your support, being a member, a mod, and just an amazing human being. I have cattle, have 10 acres of land, and from my house to the end of the road, quarter of a mile, I have a remote gate. I have electricity, solar panels, and generate. There you go. There you go. I mean, the neighbors have electric, right? The neighbors there down the road. I mean, electric is available to them. They just don't have it for whatever reason. Brandy, thank you so much, my dear, for renewing your membership. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much for your support, my love. All right. It just seems, was the car being heard added in later? I don't remember the car part either, but I could be wrong.
The first knock they received was from authorities days later, asking for video footage and if they had seen anything.
To Tom Green joining me, owner of Nevada Investigative Services and former chief deputy in Washoe County, I want you to hear again what the father.
And to be fair, that's true. I don't think they had jobs. Allegedly, the parents were out at a job interview. That happened.
It was not her phone. It was her grandfather's phone. We had bought an old simple phone. We didn't even know it could connect to the internet. Come to find out, this cheap $20 flip phone was the how she ended up connecting to the internet.
Okay, I want to analyze that. And you're seeing that video from our friends at On Patrol Live. To connect to the internet, of course, you have to have Wi-Fi. Okay. If you don't have electricity and you don't have an indoor bathroom, is it consistent that grandpa has an, quote, old simple phone that connects to the internet?
Well, you can get internet just from data, right? You can get internet just from data alone. So you don't need Wi-Fi if you're just using your data. And you can charge your phone off the generator. You can charge it off solar if they have any solar, which I don't know if they have solar or not. But Angel Wings, thank you so much, Mamacita, for 9 months. They had a refrigerator sitting in the yard like Don Wells. I give up. Seriously. I'm just kidding. Thank you so much, Angel Wings. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you, honey. Nikki Poo. Hey, Nikki Poo. Thank you, my love. Appreciate you. You're welcome, Nikki Poo. You're gorgeous, Nikki Poo. Thank you so much, my friend. Really do appreciate you. Government phones come with Wi-Fi. Yeah, they give out phones as well. They want us all to be connected to the internet. The government officials do. You can buy solar phone chargers. I actually have one. It's one of those like boxes where, you can plug it in and it's like a battery, but it's also got like a solar thing on the top. And I set it like I use it sometimes if I need it. Yeah, even if she had a little bitty electricity, she can still download an app to generate a phone number or WhatsApp. Yeah, I guess you could. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to you?
Not exactly, but What also doesn't make sense to
Allegedly, no scent. Yes, I've heard that.
me is the mom and dad said they received a call about her going missing. How did that call occur? Did it occur from the property? Did it go from a
Good point.
neighbor?
Good
Did somebody
point.
drive to town? We don't know how close the nearest cell
That's true.
tower is to their home. You know, theoretically, you could get data and access the internet on a device that's capable of doing those things if you're in range of a cell tower.
Does anyone got their address? I can see where if there's any cell towers close. You would think there would be. Open up FBI. Someone is always. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Lakeside. Thank you, baby dolls. Thank you, my love. Appreciate you, Lakeside. Very sweet. Very kind of you, my dear. Y'all, please. Thank you so much, Lakeside, my friend. Very, very much, honey. If they had CPS reports, then they are family members, probably. I don't know. I hope not. Look at Justin work it. Yes, honey. You know we do here. We do. We are true crime, honey. That's what we
Maybe a neighbor
do.
has Wi-Fi. We just don't know.
I think I know about the call. Correct me if I'm wrong, Alexis and Christy. After she went out the door after a spat with her sister regarding chores, apparently someone, I guess the grandpa, someone called the mom and dad who say they were in town filling out a job application and said she stormed out. They believed, well, she'll be back in an hour and a half or so when we get home. They come home, she's not there. I'm assuming that call came from grandpa's flip phone. Is that your understanding, Alexis Tereszchuk?
Yes, it is. And there haven't been any reports saying she took grandpa's phone. They've always admitted that grandpa has a phone. And just because it was a flip phone doesn't mean it can't make calls. So they called the parents with the flip phone.
What about it, Christy Rand?
Yes, I believe that's exactly what we've been told as well, that he had a flip phone, that Stefanie was commonly using it, but did not take it with her when she left that day. And we are unclear on whether or not the phone call happened immediately as she was walking away, or if they waited 20 or 30 minutes to connect to service, connect to Wi-Fi, get to a neighbor's house to make the call. It's unclear of how soon that call happened.
So, to your knowledge, do they have internet access there? Do they have Wi-Fi? I mean, they don't have a commode. I'm not judging. I don't care.
If you're asking,
I'm just trying to figure out if you don't have a commode, you have Wi-Fi? What?
We've asked about the Wi-Fi and we're unable to get a clear answer as to whether or not they had it. But if you notice the on patrol interview that Dad has done, he appears to be recording that video from the yurt. And as far as we know, it appeared like it may be live. So for that to be possible, there is some type of Wi-Fi connection, whether it's coming from a hotspot or a cell phone. He is in that yurt, it appears, and clearly has a device that he can use to record a video and send to on patrol. So there must be some way to connect to the internet via a phone, a hotspot, or a Wi-Fi router.
Okay, yeah. And you're seeing that video from our friends at On Patrol Live that spoke to the dad. Christy, and everybody on the panel, jump in if you have insight onto this. Is it true search teams were ultimately barred from searching the property?
Yes, we have search teams that were denied access after the first initial searches.
Denied access after the first initial searches. Wonder where that sounds from. Wonder where that sounds from. That's interesting.
There was a series of events that went down that became hostile. We were denied access to the property without a warrant. And I believe there was a Facebook post made in the Mysteries of Maine group by Dale himself explaining that no one was welcome to return without a warrant or permission. I covered it before. And so that is part of why we've created the... I don't think he needed a reason.
But I mean,
And
I would want
it's not our
everybody
business if we
and
have
their
one.
brother and sister looking for my child. I don't understand. Why would you bar searchers
Could
from
be.
looking for your child?
I'm
Possible.
going to just try to keep that there's a possibility he is extremely uncomfortable with the press and the publicity that this has gotten, and for his own reasons may just want official search teams to be there, and maybe only wants FBI and police to be on his property from now on. It also could be extremely uncomfortable for them as parents to have us volunteers coming out to search for Stefanie and also asking questions, about the electricity, the Wi-Fi connection, whether or not there was cell service. Because of course, when you have a dozen volunteer searchers invited to your property, all of us are going to be bringing our smartphones, using maps and devices to communicate with each other. So it was fairly instantly that volunteers were able to determine there's no cell service here. So where's this phone call coming from and how did this all work?
There are tips from the public that maybe she had a social media friend at the time or an acquaintance. So we just try to follow up on any information for those outside states.
That was Lieutenant Darren Karn from the Maine State Police, courtesy of our friends at New Center, Maine. Let's talk about the so-called internet searches. Tom, you said something very significant. You said, let's listen to the exact words we're hearing. Why did you say that? What do you mean? What have you gleaned?
Well, statement analysis is critical. People say things that they may not want to because it's the truth. In an instance like that, where he said that she had been on the internet, it wasn't a speculation. He knows somehow that she had accessed the internet.
To Alexis Tereszchuk, crimeonline.com.
And again, it's very similar in the Sebastian case, right? Did he have internet? Did he not have internet? There we go again, right? So there's that.
Investigative reporter. He
I'm gonna show y'all
said that
something here in a
she
minute.
had been on dating sites, right?
He did say that. And remember, she is only 13. You're not supposed to be on dating sites when you are 13. They really you have to put in details and identification and things like that. But Dad said she had been on dating websites, all through a little flip phone.
Yeah, all through a flip phone, and no one knew she was doing it. Dr. Angie Arnold, renowned psychiatrist. Dr. Angie, isn't it true? The more I guess it'd be reverse psychology. The more you try to keep a child away from a certain thing, that's the thing that they want. The more, they fled Texas after a CPS fiasco. They come to Homestead here in New Sweden, Maine.
Do you see a pattern in all of these cases with these children going missing? Do you see these patterns, right? Multiple CPS, right? Parents not wanting people to search, inconsistent statements, story just not making sense in general. What else was I gonna say? Alleged abuse. Flip phones have the internet. That's the thing. I mean, they do have the internet, but I don't even know if you could get it to work. If the websites would even show up on these these flip phones. Like when Grandma Candace added the nap a year later. Yes. Yeah, I had the number.
And you've seen, let's take a look at that 365-degree photo and an aerial. You can't get your child much further away from society, from school, from other people, from other children than here, and still live in the U.S.
There are 5 cell towers allegedly in New Maine, in that area. So I don't know if it's any of them are close to their house.
So they try so much to keep the child away that that's exactly what Stefanie did.
Nancy, they don't go to school. They don't have a phone.
Well,
So if this child can gain access to a phone via her grandfather, and she's vulnerable because of her age, okay? What else is she going to do but look at some sort of a website where she could possibly find someone else to talk to? So she is very much vulnerable, and she could be a victim to any number of things that can happen to her on the internet. But oftentimes children will reach out when they get the opportunity because they feel so pinned down by all of this isolation that the parents are trying to, sometimes under the guise of keeping them safe. I don't know much about this family, but there are a lot of conspiracy theorists out there. They don't want children to hear other things that are going on in the world. And so she very well could have reached out on the only
Well, it seems to
device
me,
in the
getting back to
phone.
the facts that we know, Tom Green, if the authorities, if LE, law enforcement, took all the devices and looked at them, wouldn't they know which dating sites she had allegedly gone to? And if so, who would be her social media friend? And then find that person? It's not.
that's just concerning to me that a 13-year-old would be on a dating site. That makes me wonder if there's been, God forbid, some type of abuse in the past. You know what I mean? A 13-year-old?
Rocket science.
I agree with you. And the fact that the FBI is still involved makes it seem that it's less of a chance that she ran away and is deceased in the woods, God forbid, and that there's more of a chance that she either got picked up, met someone, something like that, and is in a vulnerable state because of her age.
Christy Rand, there was recently a vigil. A vigil was held for Stefanie to keep her disappearance in the news media. Did you attend the vigil?
I did not.
Christy, you have devoted so much of your time to try to find Stefanie. Why did you not go to the vigil?
There have been safety concerns for volunteers and organizers, and we were hoping to have confirmation that law enforcement would be present that day so that we could be protected, the family could be protected. And since we weren't able to have that, there were members that decided it would be best not to attend.
Were you actually afraid that you would be confronted at the vigil?
I think it was a possibility. And if not
By
for
whom?
confrontation,
Who?
family members, town residents, anyone who would have a reason to not want us on their property in general. There are people that live in New Sweden who just genuinely want their privacy and are not interested in dozens of volunteers knocking on doors with permission slips asking to put boots on their ground.
Right, From who, though? That's what I don't understand.
Nor cadaver dogs.
Listen.
$1,000.
Listen. Very important right
Tom
here.
Green, I'm very surprised that neither search dogs nor cadaver dogs picked up a scent. That tells me she did leave the property. But how? They don't have a trail of her leaving.
Exactly. And, that area, they're 18 miles as the crow flies about to the Canadian border. It is
No scent. No cadaver. But she walked off? Come on.
heavily wooded, chocked full of trails and roads for ATVs.
If she would have walked to the road, the end of the road, to get a ride, the dogs would have followed her there. Yeah, I got West Road in New Sweden, but listen to this.
Not easily surveilled from the sky. That night, it got down to 41 degrees. All these things, the time delay, the temperature, the humidity, all these things factor in with the dog's ability to gather a scent. And the fact that they didn't get a scent is obviously not good, and could be an indication that she left in some sort of motorized vehicle or walked along a roadway, a paved roadway somewhere, leaving the area.
You know, the parents have been quoted as saying everybody's looking at them as having something to do with Stefanie's disappearance. That's not uncommon. The first place you look is at family and those closest to the missing child. That in no way suggests the parents are responsible for her disappearance. Not at all. That is where every investigation starts, when there is a missing person. Now, regarding hearing a vehicle, the family is quoted as saying they don't know if it was a vehicle, a four-wheeler, a motorcycle, and by the time anyone got to the road, the vehicle was already gone. The mom also states that she began looking immediately, going up and down the roads and everything, because she, Stefanie, has done this before. I've been able to find her in the past, but this time I could not find her. Is that accurate, Alexis Tereszchuk?
That is absolutely. They said that she had a history of leaving the property, running.
Look at her face here. Look at her face right here. What is this? Yes, you can. Absolutely. Sebastian's mom was home. Parents weren't gone. That is true. But I'll be honest,
That is absolutely. They said that she had a history of leaving the property, running up. They would call it running away, but she didn't run away. She was just on their big property. She was hiding in the woods, hiding in different places. They always found her to come back. So that was one of the reasons why they weren't as panicked as if she had not had this history of doing this. They would have said immediately, let's find her. But this was something she had done before. So it didn't raise a red flag for them right away.
Christy Rand, who
I don't know. I've never used a dating site, but I do think you need ID. Don't you need an ID?
I searched repeatedly for Stefanie. Christy, you stated that their property backs up against a much bigger and more densely wooded area. Has that area been searched?
It does. Volunteers have searched from their roadside all the way
right, I
through
found
their
the address.
property to the property line and then back to the next
I found the address.
parallel road. So any possibility
ICU.
that Stefanie had taken any trail from their side of town to another has been checked. Shows that we are definitely not just looking at the parents, we're looking at every possibility.
And again, that means nothing when we say we're looking at the parents. Of course, we're looking at the parents. Everybody looks at the parents and the family first, and then the investigation moves out from there. Why? Because statistically, very often, especially when the child is very young, like a toddler, the family is responsible for the disappearance. That's not to say that happened here. Take a listen to Lieutenant Darren Karn with Maine State Police.
Everything is still on the table for us, from her simply being missing to run away to the worst situation, because we don't have any concrete leads or tips that have led us basically in one direction or the other.
That's from our friends at News Center, Maine. Everyone is being eyeballed. All scenarios are being researched. I'm curious about what, if any, leads came from Grandpa's flip phone, where reportedly Stefanie had been on a dating site. If that had anything to do with her disappearance, think about it. When mom and dad leave to go to town to apply for this job, she gets Grandpa's phone. She has met somebody online at just 13 years old and tries to meet up with them. It's happened so many times before with tragic results. We just don't know. But what we do know is this 13-year-old little girl is missing. If you know or think you know anything about the whereabouts of
Okay.
Stefanie Damron.
Big thank you to Nancy G. Nancy G. Okay. Let me show you a couple things. Y'all ready for this? Okay, here we go. So this is the entrance to the road. 432 West Road, New Sweden. And as you see, this is like a cabin, I guess, across the street. A barn. I don't know if people like live here or is it just like a cabin. But they live back in yonder. Back in yonder. Let me see this. Cell phone towers in New Sweden, Maine. There is communication tower being built behind the tower office in Sweden, Maine. The Oxford County Emergency Communications Agency submitted a conditional use permit for the tower. 5 cell phone towers near New Sweden, Maine. Okay. 1, 2 near Thomas Park. Okay, I wonder if it will let me. So they're all near Thomas Park on Station Road. Let me see here. This is what I'll do. Google Maps. Okay, no, I want driving directions. Google driving directions. We're going to start here from their home. And we're going to go to where the cell phone towers are. Station Road. New Sweden. Station Road. New. Okay. Okay. I don't know how far do towers go? I wonder how far towers go. Because from their house, which, let's do it like this. It's 5.1 miles, but that's, so I wonder if we do it like this. What if we do it like this? Okay, that's where they live. Okay. So let's see if I do. I'll have to look at that. I think it's like, I wonder how long they. Thank you, Gemini. Thank you, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Thank you, my beautiful friend. And thank you so much for being a member. Really do appreciate. Wait, it's not an actual family member, this grandpa. Is I've heard that he's not actual blood. I've heard he's not actual blood. But look at this. Let me see if it's loud enough.
Limited access to social media. We are looking for
Hold on.
help
Let's
from
see
the
here.
public in order to. My name is 130 pounds with shoulder length brown hair.
Why is it not loud enough?
Green eyes, as last reported, wearing blue jeans, long sleeve blue shirt with black Harley Davidson hiking boots. A photograph of Stefanie is available for public.
It's not loud enough.
Length brown hair. Seen on Maine State Police. The Maine State interviews and following up on lead. Older length brown hair.
Let me see if I can find a
Green
better.
eyes, as last reported, wearing blue jeans, long sleeve blue shirt with black Harley Davidson hiking boots. A photograph of Stefanie is available for publication, and you can see a picture here. Since her disappearance, the Major Crimes Unit detectives in our Northern Field Division, along with the Boston Division of the FBI, have spent hundreds of hours investigating her disappearance, conducting countless interviews, and following up on leads. The Maine Warden Service have canvassed the woods searching for Stefanie, but at this time, there's been no credible information or sightings.
Okay, I found a better one. Let me show you this. Listen to this. I want you to hear when they start taking questions.
Investigating her disappearance, conducting countless interviews, and following up on leads. The Maine Warden Service have canvassed the woods searching for Stefanie, but at this time, there's been no credible information or sightings of Stefanie. The Maine State Police Major Crimes Unit North is collaborating with the Federal Bureau of Investigation with this missing person investigation.
Then we're going to get to
Anyone with
Sebastian.
information concerning Stefanie's whereabouts is urged to contact the Maine State Police at 1-800-924-2261 or 207-532-5400. And you may contact the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI. At this time, I'd like to introduce Special Agent in Charge, Kim Milka from the FBI, who will be making an announcement regarding a reward related to this case.
Lot like Sebastian.
Good afternoon. Thank you for coming and for helping us keep the public informed about our efforts to locate Stefanie. I'm Assistant Special Agent in Charge, Kimberly Milka with the FBI. Our hearts are with the family and friends of 14-year-old Stefanie Damron, who are patiently waiting for answers about her disappearance and are hoping for her safe return home. On September 27th, 2024, the FBI joined forces with our law enforcement partners to assist in the search. Today, we are renewing our call for the public's assistance, and we are here to announce that the FBI is offering a significant reward of up to $15,000 for information leading to her safe return or the arrest and prosecution of anyone involved in her disappearance.
Again, FBI involved, reward, nothing that this child ever walked off on her own. There's no scent at all. There's only people in the house that says something this. Why am I not covering the Boswell trial? Well, I've just been a little busy, and a lot of people are. So, you know, that's why I've been watching it, though. I've been watching it in Smileys and Mr. and Mrs. E's. Thank you for that, Boo. It's a really, really hard.
The FBI hopes this reward will incentivize anyone with information about Stefanie's whereabouts
Thank you, my
to
dear.
come forward. Any detail, no matter how small, could be helpful. Stefanie's family desperately wants to know where she is, and we are fully committed to helping our law enforcement partners exhaust every investigative resource to find her and bring her home.
Similar.
Immediately after she was reported missing, the FBI brought in our Child Abduction Rapid Deployment, or CARD team. The CARD team is a group of highly trained and experienced subject matter experts on cases involving missing children. Investigators have conducted dozens of interviews and followed up on leads in Maine, across the country, and even Canada. Despite extensive
Like, does anyone know Grandpa's name? Sometimes I do, Becca. Sometimes I do. But does anyone know the grandpa's name? The grandpa. I mean, is he a Okay, thank you, Kathy. I never left my children with anyone that wasn't blood. Hell to the no.
extensive
You don't know
investigative
'em?
efforts, including a neighborhood canvas and video search, along with an expansive grid search utilizing canines from Maine Warden Service and Maine State Police, Stefanie is still missing. We will continue to assist Maine State Police with on-the-ground investigative,
can barely
technical,
even
and
walk.
analytical support. We know many
So Richard is the non-biological grandfather. He can barely even walk. Okay. Does he have like
of you want to
criminal
help, which is
background
why
of
we
any
are
sort?
asking the public to review Stefanie's missing person poster and share it on social media. Rest assured, we are working to find out what happened to Stefanie and
I'm
reunite
watching
her
it,
with her
Tina.
family.
Been watching it. What else?
So we'd also like to take just a moment and thank the members of the public and the media for their continued attention to this case. Your efforts in keeping Stefanie's disappearance in the forefront of the community are invaluable, and we do appreciate your support as we remain focused on bringing her home safely. As you know, there are some investigative details and strategies that are unable to be shared at this time, but we will do our best to answer a few questions if you have.
Again, same answer in Sebastian's case. Listen to this, though. Listen to the questions.
Leave it behind, or did she not have one at all? If she did leave it behind, what does that tell you about this investigation?
There were no devices taken with her at this time, and she did not have a cell phone.
Had she run away before, and what is your hope that maybe that she's run away again this time? That's what I say.
So this behavior is...
So she did not have a cell phone.
It has not been uncommon for Stefanie, which is why I think the family waited a little bit of time.
Has ran away before.
Calling the police immediately.
So has ran away before, allegedly.
And so, but in this case, for obvious reasons, since she hasn't turned up, we slowly ratcheted up all the investigative resources that are present, in that area today for this reason.
We've gotten some information about that there may be some concerns inside the household, no running water, things like that. So the children in the household is DHHS been called in at all?
Yes, thank you for that question. Of course, yeah. So in any of these cases, whenever we have a minor that's involved.
Hold on, what was that?
But in this part, calling the police immediately, she hasn't turned up. We slowly ratcheted up all the investigative resources that are present, in that area today for this reason.
We've gotten some information about that there may be some concerns inside the household, no running water, things like that. So the children in the household is DHHS been called in at all?
Yes, thank you for that question.
So the question was, no running water, no electric, and DHHS in the past.
Of course, yeah. So in any of these cases, whenever we have a minor that's involved, that goes missing, or there could be an issue in the home, DHHS is always notified in those circumstances, and certainly in this case they were.
One of the flyers I saw said ties to West Virginia, Texas, and New Hampshire. Is that accurate? And if so, are those friends or other family members? So the tips that have come in for out of the area, so there's some for Canada and other states. They're tips from the public that maybe she had a social media friend at the time or an acquaintance. So we just try to follow up on any information for those outside states.
Do you have any reason to believe that there was foul play? Because you said the card unit was involved, and then, or maybe that she's with somebody, or was there someone she might have been meeting?
So at this point, everything is still on the table for us.
Heard that before.
To run away to the worst situation, because we don't have any concrete leads or tips that will let us basically in one direction or the other. So we don't want to leave anything on the table and not take something serious. So, but at this point, there's nothing that leads us in one specific direction.
Was there to verify that she went into the woods? I mean, did the dogs or was there
Listen,
any sort of,
listen.
you know,
Other than the information that that's where she was headed is the woods, and that is also past behavior as well.
You haven't uncovered like any evidence about where her possible whereabouts.
We have.
I know you guys waited a little bit to do that ground search, to do that extensive ground search, with the members of the community. Do you guys think maybe you waited too late to do that in order for the dogs to get a scent, or what's the thought process on that?
So the ground search with the warden service was only a few days after the fact. Typically in a missing person investigation, you start with the investigative leads, and then you call in the resources that you need. So it's a matter of following up. So no, I don't believe it's too late. And the wardens they'll do a grid search as well, so it's more than just dogs, it's also humans.
What about anything that led to trafficking, sex trafficking? I mean, we're talking the northern part of Maine, which people think it doesn't happen there, but in your experience, has there been anything that could be connected to this?
Again, all possibilities of what happened to Stefanie are still on the table. We don't have any specific information that that's what's happened, but we are trying to look into any tips that would lead us in that direction if we receive them.
And because it's so far up north, I know you said you were searching Canada as well. If she was in Canada, like how would that process move forward, like looking for her?
We would partner with the RCMP or the FBI also has resources that we can partner with other law enforcement to follow up on any information.
And the FBI doesn't typically get involved with, say, a typical run-away case. So people might be asking, why are you here? Is it because the family is concerned? Because
He just said, typically the FBI is not involved, right?
it's been 2 months.
Well, I think in any missing persons case, especially so close to the border like this, you're going to want to involve the FBI, especially in any missing persons case where we haven't taken anything off the table.
You hear that? Do they have anything solid to go by? No. Not that we're aware of. We can't leave the house. I mean, you got to keep all options on the table here because she has ran away before, right? She has ran away before, but you also have to understand that things were very concerning at that house. And especially if they said she walked away and there is no scent. The FBI doesn't get involved in a runaway case. Hear that, KK and Edgar? Correct.
Nothing has been ruled out or eliminated. Crossing state lines is certainly in one of those possibilities.
Now, if it does cross state lines, then the FBI does get involved.
Of course, that's outside our jurisdiction, so that's where we would really look for help from the FBI.
Get 1,000 thumbs up. We have a chicken party.
Of course, there's always that concern. I think our hope at the beginning of hunting season is that a hunter might come across something that would lead us in one direction or the other. That has not happened. There is still a little bit of hunting time left up in that area, so I would highly encourage those hunters that are up there to be extra vigilant.
This press conference was December 2nd. December 2nd. So there's that. We've been following this case. I think it's one we need to stay on. There's a lot of concerning things, right? She's been missing since September. There's not been anything anything. But again, everything is on the table, in my opinion, with this, because again, she has ran off before. But again, parents said they were at a job interview, both of them. Now, I don't know if that has been confirmed or not. However, the way, respectfully, that they lived and that they bounced around and the stories have changed and there's been no scent of her. If she would have walked in the woods, you would have think they got a scent. And if she would have walked to the road, you think they would have got a scent at least to the road. Justin, the parent, claims she has run off, but is there proof? I don't know. That is what authorities say too. Maybe they're just taking their word. But there's that. I have not. Let's see here. Let me see here if I can do this. Let's see here. I think I got it right here, maybe. Okay, here we go. Here's the dad's interview.
Dale, can you tell us what happened to your daughter?
We really honestly don't know. We were at a job interview that day. We got a couple phone calls, couple messages, where we live at and the way we live. The first few hours, there was no reason to raise a red flag. So we got the phone calls that she took off up the road, and we figured by the time we get home, she'd be back, and that would be the end of it. She'd be home. But a day later, we ended up calling the state police, and we still don't know what happened to her. We just want her home.
Do you think this is a case where
there is no Amber Alert? No.
She could have met a stranger on her phone?
I do. But the situation with the phone is it was not her phone. It was her grandfather's phone. We had bought an old simple phone. We didn't even know it could connect to the internet. We tried several times to connect to the internet. We could never do it. But come to find out, this cheap $20 flip phone was how she ended up connecting to the internet. And that's what it led to this, is she found a way to get on one of these dating websites or something like that we didn't know about, because we just assumed that phone wasn't capable of it, because our kids are raised, no social media. We live off grid. We keep to ourselves. We don't bother people. But we honestly do think that she did meet somebody online and probably pick her up at this point.
If she's out there watching, what message do you have for Stefanie?
Just come home. No judgment. Just come home.
Now, let's take another good look at Stefanie Damron. She's 14 years old, 5 feet tall, 130 pounds, with green eyes and shoulder-length brown hair. She was last seen wearing a long-sleeve blue shirt with blue jeans and black Harley-Davidson hiking boots. If you've seen Stefanie or have any information about her disappearance, at this point, know anything.
Good girl.
Make that call.
She's a good girl. She's a smart girl. That's one thing I'm grateful for. I feel like
Is this mom?
She's found a cabin out there or something. Stefanie's a survivalist. She knows all about surviving. She knows how to live off the land. Them kids can live off the land.
Yeah, I noticed that too, Sally.
But she's also very impressionable. Do I believe a predator could snatch her? Definitely. Do I believe she would have talked and trusted someone? Yes. Sadly, even an old man. Stefanie is so close to her grandpa. That's like one of her closest family members. Do I think she'd trust a old man? For sure. For sure. Is that maybe why the neighbors that she chose to go to that truck was 80 years old?
Sheila.
Maybe why? Maybe she had spotted that neighbor.
Okay. So there's that. There is that. So we're just going to keep watching out for this case. I don't know if the mom has done any interviews or not, but they live in the middle of nowhere. Now we're going to turn to Sebastian Rogers' case. I thought she was 13, says 14. I think she's had a birthday since then. Grandpa is not blood related. Yeah, I don't know. I know people say, like, whenever they're like a grandpa, but, you know, when someone's missing, I wouldn't say it's... She said spotted an 80-year-old and got in a truck. Where did she get that information from? I don't know. I really, really don't know, to be quite honest with you. Why isn't Mom talking? I don't think Mom has ever done an interview that I'm aware of. Hey, Ginger. Was someone in the home? I don't know. That's really close quarters for a lot of people. Hey, Chemistry Queen. Good to see you, honey. Oh, thank you, Hatters, for sending this. This is good. I haven't seen this. All right, September 23rd, Stefanie goes missing from New Sweden, Maine. September 24th, family reports missing. Family reports Stefanie missing after not returning home. She was last seen wearing blue jeans, a long sleeve. Okay, we did that. September 26th, state police make the first statement. Remember, there has not been an Amber Alert. It allegedly did not meet the criteria. The first police statement was released with Stefanie's information. The 26th of October, public ground search. That's 3 days after they make the first statement. October 29th. Brooklyn squad interview streamed online with Stefanie's great aunt, Jerry. I think it says Jerry. November 2nd is the patrol interview on patrol missing Stefanie's father, Christopher Dale Damron. November 14th, locating the lost podcast streamed live featuring, it's so tiny to see. I think it says Whitney and Kim with a call in from, quote, Uncle Andrew. November 25th, Lokamai live stream for Stefanie streamed live online by Lokamai Life on YouTube. Thanksgiving, missing 67 days. Thanksgiving Day 2024 marks 67 days since Stefanie disappeared with no verified sightings. Any tips can be directed to the Maine State Police 207-532-5400, or you can contact the FBI 857-386-2000. So there's that. Thank you for sharing that, my friend. Really do appreciate you. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. What a second. Did someone block Laura? Did one of the mods block Laura? Let me see here. I hope not. Give me 1 second. Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean Laura. I'm looking at a different thing. I apologize. Not Laura. Who was it? Who was it that was blocked? Newcastle, I think it is. Let me see. I'm trying to see if she's blocked. Someone blocked Joe? Nobody blocked Joe either. I'm looking at my thing. Hold on 1 second. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to find. One second. Hold on. YouTube link. That might be better if I do it like that. It'll be quicker. I don't see her. Did anyone block her? Did anyone block her? Seth is not posted. Joe's a good guy. Bear with me 1 second. I don't see her blocked anywhere. Nope, I don't see her blocked at all. Bear with me, just want to make sure. Nope, don't see. I don't think she's blocked. Is Joe in here? Yeah, Joe's a good guy. Seth in chat? Hi, Seth. Good to see you, brother. Yeah. Where is it at? I just want to make sure. Castle is Joe. I am sorry you were blocked. I fixed that. Nobody ever blocked. Mods never blocked Joe. He's silly, but that's it. We like his silliness here. Anywho. Yeah, Castle is not a troll. She is a very good person. She's a very, very good person. Okay, we see you, Joe. Cassie, can you text Justin for me about Stefanie's parents' Facebook accounts? Okay. Moving on. Onward and upward. Onward and upward. I want to cover a little bit of what Jennifer Coffindaffer Lady Freedom, thank you for being here as well. Things have gotten, dramatics. I guess people need content or whatever, but I don't address I don't address drama or anything like that, and I'm not gonna really start here or anything, but I will say that what I we have what we put out, there is never ever been anything made up in this what we found in this. I don't know why people are saying that there is Betty had saying that Betty used something out of Idaho 4. Betty never did anything like that, nor would Betty make up something like that at all. Nobody made up anything. The only thing we did is we found this. There's more. Hopefully, in a few days, we will be able to show even better images than we did before. I pray to God, and I pray to God that you pray with me that we can find better images. There is supposedly this chat that was going on or whatever, and this person or persons, I had no idea, a chat was going on, and it was a kind of a group chat with some mods of, some are my mods, some I believe are Lady Freedom's mods, and other people's mods or whatever. And this one individual, I have everything, was upset that I didn't acknowledge her on the Nancy Grace show. I don't even know who this, I never even know. Yes, some of my mods, I love all of you and appreciate. Yes, Lady Freedom, you are absolutely fine. We love you here too, my dear. I didn't even know who this chick was until a few days ago. So I don't know how I'm supposed to know who you are whenever, I mean, like, how am I supposed to know who the hell you are? This girl has like 300 subs or something like that. And if you're listening right now, you're welcome to take a link. You are absolutely welcome to take a link. I am as transparent as they come. You want, I've seen all of these messages in this chat or whatever, and you know, I don't get into this stuff. I stand behind my work. If I make a mistake, I will own it, but I don't manufacture anything, nor would I ever. This is a missing child case. I have been one of the very few that has actually stayed on this case, continually speaking about Sebastian, not getting into the buffoonery, and that's what I will continue to do. I have no problem speaking to that whoever that girl is who was upset that she didn't get credit for, I guess, whatever she help filter, like the picture to see it better or whatever. But the only people that I owe anything to is Pearls. If they have a question, she is a total ICU. Yes, she is. And Seth. I hope this case is done tonight, tomorrow. It's absolutely ridiculous is what it is. What are you talking about, Judy? Hey, Spirit Seeker, good to see you. Is Castle here? So it's nothing that hasn't already been done for literally the last 11 months. And hopefully we'll be able to put some new images out that is even better. Hopefully. You know, you think that we've known there's been 2 people and a car for months. Don't believe me?
February 26th, around 3:10 a.m. Now, there are no street lights in the Stafford Court neighborhood, so it is at night, pitch black. What you will see here are these 2 points of light believed to be people with flashlights in the area around Sebastian Rogers' Hendersonville home. It is believed Sebastian left his home barefoot and with a flashlight sometime overnight. Since his disappearance, authorities have reviewed security video from homes in the neighborhood looking for clues.
We have had several clips that have come in.
And this one is getting the most attention, showing signs of activity around Sebastian's home the night he disappeared. You see 2 light sources, which we've circled to help you follow. For point of reference, the security camera was pointed toward the back of
What, you mean these are 2 human beings in the back of a common area? 2 hours and 50 minutes before Sebastian was allegedly seen that he was missing? Oh my God. Okay.
Sebastian's home in a common area. In the video, you see subject 1 with a light source in the lower right-hand corner. Then you see subject 2 briefly appear and move toward the first before that light source is covered or obscured by bushes. Subject 1, a few seconds later, then moves out of frame. Then subject 2 reappears and follows subject 1 off screen. It's a short time later and it's very vague, but then you see one of the subjects moving quickly back through the common area, and that is it. I know there's not much to see here. You certainly cannot identify anyone, but those close to the investigation tell me the mere fact that there is now evidence that someone is in the area around Sebastian's home is significant.
The mere fact that there is evidence that someone is around Sebastian's home is significant. Okay. I didn't say who they were. Never said who they were. Not on here, not on Nancy's or anything. It's significant. It certainly is significant. And I think anybody who wants to find Sebastian should feel that a car walking up to the house and then another person coming back, doing something around a car, the other person gets in, backs out, and the other one goes running toward the house, is significant. And I cannot wait for the day till this is over and that hopefully we'll be able to see in a trial of some sort who those individuals were. Hopefully, maybe even sooner. Thank you, Joe.
This video shows suspicious activity in the immediate area the night Sebastian disappeared. Could one of these subjects have been Sebastian? Did he meet and leave with someone? Sebastian's father says his son would not go with a stranger.
It's up in the air for me because I don't think he would get into a vehicle with somebody unless he knew them.
So what exactly are we seeing here? I know investigators are doing what they can to try enhancing the video for any more clues. For now, this video is now part of the Sebastian Rogers missing person file, and I'm told it could become more significant depending on where the ongoing investigation leads. We'll be following.
Hold on. What did that say?
Somebody unless he knew them.
So what exactly are we seeing here? I know investigators are doing what they can to try enhancing the video for any more clues.
Oh, they're trying to enhance the video too. Okay. Cool. Now they'll be able to enhance it a hell of a lot better than I can, or anyone else of us can, most likely.
For now, this video is now part of the Sebastian Rogers missing person file, and I'm told it could become more significant depending on where the ongoing investigation leads.
This is significant. This is significant, and it will be significant, in my opinion, in hopefully the near future. Let's see here. Got more other things. Let's see here. Nick Barris says on December 8th, was it December 8th? No, that wasn't it. Sorry, let me find it here. There is. This was March 13th. he let this out March 13th here. This is the original video, or one of the original, without, they got subject 1, which means obviously a human being of some sort. Subject 2, and let me tell you something. I've spoke with people in this neighborhood. They see what they see. They seen what they seen. And they checked the 25th and the 26th. There was 2 allegedly vehicles, cell phones, or something in that area within the period time of when Sebastian went missing. The image came from flashlight video, which 100% become the focus of smear. There we go. A key part of the search for Sebastian is reviewing home security video from Hendersonville, Tennessee neighborhood. Police are looking for any sign of activity. I obtained exclusive video that I've confirmed is now part of an investigative file. That he has confirmed is a part of an investigative file. Damn.
What's going on?
Okay. Why did it do that? I don't want that. 1 second. I hate when it does that, YouTube. 1 second. Jesus, Mary, and Josephine. Okay. Here we go. That is a key part in the investigative file. And it appears to show 2 people near Sebastian's home the night the 15-year-old disappeared more than 2 weeks ago. Well, now we're at 11 months. 11 months. Hold on. It's not responding now. Great. Give me 1 second. I might have to. Let me just switch this out. Okay. And more than 2 weeks ago, the video is from early Monday morning, February 26th. There is no timestamp on the copy I obtained, but I'm told the video is from around 3:30 a.m. It's about 3:10 from what I understand. And the video is authentic. Unfortunately, there is not much to see in the pitch black other than 2 specks of light moving in the near Sebastian Rogers Hendersonville home. Remember, we did not at the time have where we saw the boat and the car from behind that, right? We didn't have that yet. It is believed Sebastian left home barefoot with a flashlight. Remember, Edgar and KK said, we noticed that Sebastian did not have, his flashlight. We couldn't find it. Well, we now know that law enforcement asked Edgar and KK if they were missing any flashlights when the bad actors expected everyone to be sound asleep. I agree. Let's hear this very brief video clip appears to show 2 individuals with lights walking in what may be a common area behind homes. I've highlighted the 2 light sources in the middle of the circle. One light source goes out or is obstructed. The other one stays put, waiting. There is more. You cannot see any bodies. You can with the other one, in my opinion. Well, you can with this one, actually, once you lighten it up. I'll show you. But just the small light, which, by the way, are moving, appear to be carried by just the small lights, which, by the way, are moving, appear to be carried by individuals. For point of reference, the security camera was pointing towards the back of Sebastian's home in a common area. The other light you see is from nearby home floodlights, but it is very dark. There's no street lights in the neighborhood. I still in the process of reviewing the entire video, which shows much more. I will have the full video and exclusive story on Thursday on News Channel 5. Important to note, sources tell me that this video could mean absolutely nothing. It could just be someone out of late at night to walk. But again, this may be the only video found so far showing any type of activity in the neighborhood the night Sebastian disappeared. I'm told at this time there's not much for investigators of the video, but it is now part of the Sebastian missing persons file. Now, if we go over here, since I need to work on this stuff, I haven't had time. This was put out 9 months ago. Look, someone moving across the screen. Look at there. See that? Moving across. You can see the outline. And then you can see them go toward the light. In my opinion, they are down in the drain area. It starts right here and it keeps going over and over again. You can see a clear path here, 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 here. Looky there. You can actually tell it is a person when you toggle with it. This is where it starts again. Right here. Sebastian, in my opinion, never, ever left the home on his own. Look. There you go. This is put out 9 months ago. Now, let me show you this. Let me find it, if I can find it. Maybe. Some presentation. Oops, not that one. Bear with me, guys. You You can clearly see. Now, not only that, let me turn the volume off on this. This thing's loud. Okay. Right here. When this lights up, see? You see the motion lights right there? The motion lights came on because right here, you're going to see in just a moment that there is a car here or a vehicle of some sort. Their lights kick on. Hey, Smiley. The lights kick on. And someone is around that car. I don't listen to any of that gossip. I won everything. I have not listened to. I listened to 5 minutes last night. And out of the last couple of days, that's all. That's it. That's it. Look here. Lights kick on because there's someone right here. Huh. Look. And they are around that car. They're around that car. They are certainly around that vehicle. Hold on. I think I have the longer version of it. 1 second. Maybe. Maybe. How many seconds is that one? 30. Okay, yeah, this is the longer one. Here we go. Now watch. Bing. Lights kick on. Bing. And guess what? There's people around this car. There's people around this car. And that's that. And I'm not saying who they are. Butterflies. Goodness gracious. Yep. There certainly is. There's a vehicle right here. And there is people. Watch. Hold on. You see right here. Motion lights don't kick on for themselves, Mr. Sisters. Bling. See that? No light. Light. No light. Light. No light. Light. Do you think it's a car or an SUV? From what I've been told, they believe that they think that it's a car. That's a motion light. No light, light. No light, light. No light, light. See how that motion light kicks on? Because a few seconds later, right here, there's people walking here. There's people walking there. some people think it's a sedan. That's how the motion light kicked on. No light, light. No light, light. Now, you can actually see a little bit of the car there. Right there. The little light right there as well. But if we go back over to the other, after that light kicks on, then we have this. And then look, someone gets in their car. Someone gets in their car after that light kicks on. Oh, look, someone had to get in that car after they were walking through the yard. It's not rocket science. And anybody worth their salt would want to know who it is, in my opinion. Lori, I think, did Nick have a dream and is sharing with us? What do you mean? What did Hey Jude say? And they explained it away as a trash truck or kids. Oh, they've explained 7 different things. All this, all that, all this, it's that, it's a trash truck, it's someone laying in wait, it's someone's boyfriend. Thank you, Cassie. Thank you, my dear. Really do appreciate you, my love. If it is not important, then why have they not come forward? Or law enforcement, they have nothing to do with Sebastian. Let me tell you something. If anyone that was affiliated with that neighborhood, obviously everyone in that neighborhood or affiliated with it in any way knows about Sebastian missing. Come on, right? And I'm sure that they would come forward if it was, nobody goes through people's neighborhoods at 3 a.m. in the morning. Nobody does that in those neighborhoods. Nobody. But you can see there is someone. There is someone in that vehicle. And they are about to back out and leave. And then this person runs back to the home. Their neighbors want this solved too. They sure do. They sure do. We are getting the same vision. There's been so many stories and stuff. A trash truck going through the yards does not make any sense. No, it's not. It's not a trash truck. It's not someone putting out their trash. It's not anything like that, in my opinion, at all. Yes, Laura did. There's the yeah, and you got the the mom who says, "I don't know why he walked out the door," is not doing anything after he walked out the door. It's crazy. Hey, Sammy G, good to see you, honey. So, my favorite part, only share with a couple of creators and yeah, it's nothing anyone else hasn't done, whether it's been, outlining. Well, let me show you this. And except what exactly? Let me show you this presentation. But hopefully we will have more in the near future. Where'd it go? Look at here. Clearly, someone is out there. Clearly, someone is out there. Wouldn't you say? I know. There you go. I believe that they have some sort of headlamp on. You can see the headlamp. You can see the arms. You can see the leg moving. And yeah, it's clear as can be, in my opinion. I don't know if I've ever tried any of these filters. Oh, I forgot about this. Hold on, where's it? You can clearly see. This is a heat wave one. Rebecca, thank you so much, my dear, for typing. Really do appreciate you. Looking great tonight as usual. I truly admire your dedication to finding Sebastian's truth. Thank you so much, my dear. I feel absolutely horrible for Seth. I feel so horrible for that man. Right. They can discuss theories and everything with drama, but I don't do drama or anything. We discuss theories. Oh, blows up. No, they can talk about whatever they want to talk about, I guess. But we're here and staying on Sebastian's and supporting Seth, and that's it. Thank you, my dear, for that. I appreciate you. I feel really, really bad for Seth. Just terrible. Someone's there, but I have more that I can show that I showed months ago, and that hopefully one day we'll be able to show their face. Oh, Kelsey, I'm sorry, my dear. Hey, Millie. No relatives live in Nashville, Hendersonville, Gallatin, and someone called me from. So. Yeah, Seth is strong, but it's we're almost at a year. Almost at a year. This is absolutely exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting. And I just want it to be done with. Where Seth is the only parent doing anything. Only parent doing anything. That's it. Where was it? Dang it. I don't think it's here. Open a new tab. Open a new tab. Okay. Here's another one. You can clearly see one human being there. Oh, crap. What am I doing? 1 second, accidentally. Let me refresh this. You can clearly see there is a human being with a light around it. You can see the light. This is the glow from around it. I know, right, Crystal? Right. It's crazy. Poor guy. But showed this one like months and months and months and months ago that I got from Brandy's thing. Well, I don't know where it is. Is war okay? I guess. Hopefully. If anyone has doubts, Justin, go look for yourself. I have, and it's clear as day seeing the legs moving. Yeah, it is. It is. It's crazy. Oh my God, Dawson, you don't have to do that, honey. Thank you so much, Dawson. I appreciate that, Dawson. I appreciate all your time and effort. You truly have no idea how much we pearls appreciate you. Much love to you and Remy. Thank you, Dawson. That's very generous of you, my dear. I really appreciate you. We're just trying to remain classy about it. That's very generous. Thank you, Dawson. I always appreciate you and your words very much, honey. Yeah. It's it is. My heart breaks for Seth. It breaks for him. Sorry, but I would not. Yeah, leaving your home and all of that, like she wants people, she just wants people to think that, well, it's, I appreciate Jennifer Coffin Daffer, Mob Crew, You know, all of them, like, good people. That's the people, that I would rather be around any day. So that's it. Thank you, D. Marie. Thank you, my dear. Highly suspicious, in my opinion, all of the moving around cross state lines. I mean, they don't even do interviews anymore. Why do you not do interviews? Not for your child? Thank you, Irony. It's very kind of you, honey. And then we got to make sure we let people know we are not saying Sebastian is no longer with us. We have no idea. We have no idea at the end of the day. Now, can we have an opinion on it? Yeah, but we have no idea. Now, I do realize, and I don't know who it is or whatever, but there was names put on there that I did not do that. I think it was sent to me, and then I popped it up, and then I think I took it down. If I remember right or whatever. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, nobody can make a determination on who that is, right? I mean, I can't say that that is Sebastian, Edgar, or KK, right? All I can say is, why are Edgar and KK not concerned about someone being in their backyard and one person running back toward their house when that's the only activity that we see around that house that night? If you're across the street from Sebastian's home, from the Ring doorbell, and a light is turned on in their home, it turns on. Their camera turns on from across the street. You mean to tell me that a camera missed it? All cameras missed it? All cameras? Innocence and all that? No. No. And then it's, to me, it's, in my opinion, it's fairly obvious. But I can't say that that's them. I wouldn't say that that is them on here. And I won't say it when I'm on a show either. But what I can say is what the neighbors have told me, what I see with my own eyes. Faceless, nameless individuals, just like so many has done for the past 11 months. So a motion sensor camera picks up house lights going on a person taking out the trash, but not Sebastian leaving the home. Not likely. Not at all. Not at all. But, you know, I believe justice is coming. I do believe justice is coming. I believe that they would not have someone on this case for nearly a year and not be working it. you know. What it was. How often did the Sox go to Alaska? I don't know. I don't know. But I'll tell you this. If your if your son's wife's child went missing and you're such a close family, would you go to Alaska? Would you be talking about jewelry while Sebastian hadn't been missing but few hours at that point? Would you be talking about jewelry and where you're going to go? It's insanity. It's actual insanity. I've never really, people believe what they believe. You're not going to change how people feel, nor should you try. And people get all worked up about, all of this stuff, and it's anger is not the way you're going to do it. Would you right, Michelle? Right. I mean, you have every right to plead the fifth, and it can't be held against you. That is a right. Right? And they have every and I want to support, I support that. They have every right. And every person does under the Constitution to plead the fifth if they have so done so, and to have an attorney. But again, and it can't be held against you. But again, the question for me is, why would you? Why would you plead the fifth for a child walking out on their own? You know what I mean? Everyone in the bushes and haters, please, Lisa. Hypothesizing and then faking outrage at those hypothesizing is actually quite hilarious, considering the moral compass lacking in certain spheres. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it looks, I mean, Eileen, you're right. It looks suspicious as a parent, right? But it can't look suspicious in the eyes of law, right? It just can't be held against you. Now, most parents would not. Most parents would not. There's a parent disregard towards the pain. KP feeling seems to suggest that they don't respect her or making. Mm-hmm. True Crime Junkie says Stephanie's mother posts all the time on Facebook begging for her daughter. Well, you can't even get the grandmother to, you can't even get the grandmother to speak on Sebastian's birthday, or there's other things that I know that I just can't say right now, but yeah, in places where she should speak at it, in my opinion, but doesn't. It's just content, Laura. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's literally nothing. Nothing to I guess there's just nothing to talk about. So that's it. Me too, Michelle. Me too. Yes, Nina is a beautiful soul inside and out. Really is. I can go on what they haven't done versus what they have done. Yeah, Michelle, you're right. Why did they take signs off of their vehicles that just said, "Oh, honey, they did that"? They did that. To the best of my recollection, they did that when they first went to Mississippi. That's right. Now, and that's exactly right. They are everyone is innocent until proven guilty, right? In a court of law. But public opinion, people's allowed to have their opinions. Right? We're not the court, we're not the law. Millie, it was how was two people in states on opposite ends of the countries could show the other where their brain was interpreting in these images of before. I don't know what you mean by that. So in my opinion, the people that thrive in negative depend on the reaction they provoke to maintain their yeah. See, and I put speculation in my post. Just the pick alone could cause speculation that isn't true. As a creator, it is my responsibility to put question marks. Well, I think you're, Lady Freedom. I think you're. Yeah, I don't know how long you've been a creator, but you're gonna make mistakes, like genuine mistakes, and you learn through. We all learn through trial and error, right? And whenever we're wrong, just admit you're wrong, and that's it. There's been a few times like where I've made some mistakes. I've always admitted if I was wrong on something. I have no problem doing that. This isn't one of them. So there's that. Guys, I'm at 3.5 hours. I love you too all so much. That's right. That's right. But Smiley, on YouTube, when people make mistakes on here, I don't sit here and drag them. I don't drag anybody. Even the people who are talking about me right now, saying, I'm sure, terrible stuff. I could drag them for filth. Why? What does it do? What does it do? I mean, really, how does it help? It help, people that, that just want to be hateful for whatever reason. For what? Yeah. I don't drag them whenever they do mistakes or not. You know what I mean? I could do it. It's so simple to do. But why would I? Why would I? For what? We got better things to worry about. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate you all. Love you all. I may come back here in a little bit. You never know. The night is young. The night is young. Thank you all so much. Oh, no. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You're late. You're late. You're late. You came at the end when I'm saying goodbye. When I'm saying goodbye. She likes me to give her a hard time. Like, if I don't give Tara a hard time, she'll text me. She'll be like, "Are you mad at me?" I'm like, "Why would I be mad at you?" She's like, "You haven't made my life hell lately." Tar to the office, please. Tar to the office, please. We need a late slip for Tar Heel. Thank you. But I have a funny story to text you. If it's about the cream you got in the mail, I don't want to hear. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. If it's about the cream you got in the mail, I don't want to know about that story again, Tar. I'm good. Promise. That done it in for me last time. Just telling you. Did they give you a refill on it? Did they? God. Here we go again. All right, text it to me. Just don't send pictures this time, okay? All right, guys. Love you all. I need a refill. Yes. Oh. Hey, Rage. And that is good. That's funny. All right, guys. Tell mama hello for me, Tar. All right, guys. Love you all. I may come back in a little bit. You might be surprised. We'll see. We'll see. Love, loves. All right. Bye-bye.